Hello everyone, Shalom. We are now at the Israel Museum in Jerusalem. Over here there is an exhibition area for the Dead Sea Scrolls. I just went to visit it and it was truly astonishing because those scrolls are over 1,000 years old. Inside, we can see many precious collections of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Of course, most of the authentic scrolls have already been carefully preserved, and unless you are a VIP, you can't go down to see them. However, there are still some parts that are genuine ancient scrolls. For example, I just saw that inside there is actually a scroll of Exodus, which talks about the Song of Moses sung by the Israelites after crossing the Red Sea. There is a real ancient scroll there, and for me that was truly astonishing. Wow. A hand-copied ancient scroll from thousands of years ago is just placed right there. Behind us is the display area for the Dead Sea Scrolls, and it's quite special. The design is in the shape of a clay jar. Why is it shaped like a clay jar? Because this is related to the origin of how the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered. Back then, in 1947, there was a Bedouin shepherd whose sheep went missing. So he searched and searched for his sheep and ended up finding a cave near the Dead Sea. Then he threw a stone inside and unexpectedly heard a clang, the sound of something breaking. So he climbed down into the cave to take a look and discovered, wow, he actually found a pile of handwritten scrolls. Then he took these handwritten scrolls to an antique dealer in Bethlehem. What's remarkable is that on November 29th, 1947, these handwritten scrolls eventually came into the hands of a Jewish historian and were finally made known to the public. So why is this particular point in time so important, so special? Because on November 29, 1947, the day this Jewish historian discovered the Dead Sea Scrolls, it just so happened to coincide exactly with the United Nations resolution allowing the Jewish people to return to the land of Israel and establish the state of Israel. It was the very same day. So on November 29, 1947, these two significant events took place. One was that the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered by a Jewish historian, and the other was the United Nations resolution allowing the Jewish people to return to the land of Israel to establish the state of Israel. I truly believe this is absolutely not a coincidence. And what's even more remarkable is that among all the Dead Sea Scrolls, there is actually a completely preserved scroll of the book of Isaiah. So I believe this is absolutely not a coincidence. Because for such things to happen at the same time is truly incredible. This makes me think that there are at least two major revelations here. The first is from Isaiah 66:8, which says, "Can a country be born in a day? Can a nation be brought forth in a moment? Yet as soon as Zion was in labor, she gave birth to her children." Who has ever heard of such a thing? Who has ever seen such things? Wow, I feel this is a great confirmation from God. On the very same day that Israel was declared eligible to establish the state of Israel, the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered, and among them was a complete scroll of the book of Isaiah. It's as if Isaiah 66:8 was being proclaimed once again. Can a country be born in a day? Furthermore, the book of Isaiah mentions the Torah 12 times, but in Chinese, Torah is often translated as instruction or the law. Let me give a few examples. For instance, Isaiah 2:3 says, "For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of Jehovah from Jerusalem." The original word for the law here is actually Torah, so it means the Torah will go forth from Zion. Then in Isaiah 8:20 it says, "To the Torah and to the testimony. If they do not speak according to this word, they have no light of dawn." Next, in Isaiah 51:4 it says, "Listen to me, my people, hear me, my nation. For Torah." What does it say about Torah? Torah will go out from me, my justice will become a light to the nations. So, when we see that, wow, the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls includes a complete book of Isaiah, it once again reminds the world, not only is it God's proclamation, as in Isaiah 66, "Can a nation be born in a day?" It also proclaims that this Torah will go forth from Zion. Then, immediately, just a year after that in 1948, on May 14th, Israel was officially established as a nation. Here, let's talk a bit about the testimony of Bible teacher David Pawson. His age is quite special. He lived through both the period before and after the founding of Israel. In his testimony, he shared, wow, when Israel was re-established as a nation, he suddenly realized that the prophecies and promises about Israel in the Bible, those found throughout the scriptures, really do in fact genuinely refer to Israel itself, and not to be replaced by the Gentile church or by the Christian church. And we can also see that when Israel was restored as a nation, I believe that from the very day it was founded, the revival of the Hebraic roots was officially set in motion.
阿妹，